Life 2.2 million years ago unfolded in a world that was both familiar and alien, a landscape caught in transition between ancient forests and expanding savannas. Africa at this time was a place of constant tension, shaped by shifting climates, changing rainfall patterns, and the slow rise of grasslands where dense woodlands once stood. Survival depended on adaptability, intelligence, and cooperation. Early members of the human lineage were learning to walk confidently on two legs, fashion simple stone tools, and read the dangers hidden in the land. Alongside them lived chimpanzee-like beings, close cousins sharing a recent common ancestor, occupying the fragile boundary between tree-dwelling life and the open ground. In this harsh world, the story of a young human girl surviving with a chimp-human hybrid companion becomes a powerful lens through which to understand what life was truly like at the dawn of humanity. The girl was born into a small band of early humans, likely belonging to Homo habilis or an even earlier transitional population. Her people lived nomadic lives, following seasonal food sources, gathering fruits, roots, and seeds, and scavenging meat left behind by larger predators. Life expectancy was short, danger was constant, and every sunrise carried uncertainty. Predators such as saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, and massive crocodiles dominated the land and waterways. Disease, injury, and starvation were everyday threats. From a young age, the girl learned to observe, to stay close to others, and to recognize the sounds that signaled danger or opportunity. Her survival depended not on strength, but on awareness and social bonds. A sudden disaster shattered her fragile world, perhaps a predator attack, a flash flood, or a deadly conflict with another group scattered her people. In the chaos, the girl became separated, left alone in a land that offered no mercy to solitary children. Alone, she faced almost certain death. Children in this era depended entirely on adults for protection, food, and knowledge. Without guidance, the wild was overwhelming. Hunger gnawed at her body, fear clouded her thoughts, and every unfamiliar sound triggered panic. Yet survival often hinges on chance, and fate placed her path alongside a strange companion, neither fully human nor fully chimpanzee. The chimp-human was a rare being, representative of a population that blurred the line between early humans and chimp-like ancestors. Standing shorter than adult humans but more upright than modern chimpanzees, this being possessed long arms adapted for climbing, yet legs capable of walking on the ground for extended distances. Its face carried both familiarity and difference, with expressive eyes capable of recognition and empathy. Highly intelligent, socially aware, and emotionally complex, it navigated both the trees and the ground with ease. This hybrid nature proved critical in a world where flexibility meant survival. The first encounter between the girl and the chimp-human was marked by fear and hesitation. Both were cautious, assessing each other through instinct and experience. The girl, weak and desperate, posed no immediate threat. The chimp-human, curious but alert, recognized vulnerability. Among primates, empathy and social instincts run deep, and this bond may have been enough to bridge the gap between species. Slowly, proximity replaced fear. Shared silence replaced hostility. In a world where cooperation could mean survival, an unlikely alliance formed. Their days together followed the rhythms of the land. The chimp-human led the girl through familiar routes, showing her where edible fruits grew, how to crack nuts using stones, and how to dig for roots hidden beneath the soil. These behaviors mirrored some of the earliest tool use seen in both early humans and chimpanzees. Stone flakes, used to cut tough plant fibers or scrape meat from bones, represented the cutting edge of technology at the time. The girl learned through observation, mimicking movements, copying gestures, and absorbing knowledge without spoken language. Learning was visual, tactile, and immediate. Nights were the most dangerous time. As darkness fell, predators emerged, and the savanna transformed into a realm of glowing eyes and distant roars. The chimp-human guided the girl to trees offering safety, building simple nests of branches and leaves high above the ground. Tree-based sleeping protected them from ground predators and cold winds. For the girl, this return to the trees echoed an ancient past shared by both lineages. In the branches, she found temporary security, cradled by instinctive behaviors older than humanity itself. Communication between them relied on gestures, facial expressions, and vocalizations. There were warning calls when danger approached, soothing sounds when fear overwhelmed, and excited gestures when food was found. These interactions reveal how early communication systems may have evolved, laying the groundwork for language millions of years later. Emotional bonds strengthened through shared experiences. Grooming, a behavior common among primates, became a sign of trust and care, reinforcing social connection and reducing stress. In a world defined by uncertainty, companionship itself was a survival tool. The environment around them was unforgiving. Climate fluctuations caused cycles of drought and abundance. Rivers dried up, forcing long migrations in search of water. Grasslands expanded, reducing tree cover and increasing exposure to predators. The chimp-human's ability to climb offered refuge, while the girl's growing skill on the ground allowed them to forage more widely. Together, they represented a bridge between worlds, adapting to both arboreal and terrestrial life. This dual strategy mirrored the broader evolutionary transition occurring across Africa at the time. Encounters with predators tested their bond. A sudden ambush by a large cat could end everything in seconds. Survival required vigilance, rapid reaction, and cooperation. The chimp-human's keen senses often detected danger first, issuing warning calls that sent both scrambling for safety. Sometimes escape meant climbing, sometimes hiding, sometimes freezing in silence. Each successful escape reinforced the value of shared awareness. Alone, either would likely have perished. Together, their chances improved. Food scarcity was a constant challenge. Meat was a valuable resource, often obtained through scavenging rather than hunting. The chimp-human's strength allowed it to intimidate smaller scavengers, while the girl's ability to use sharp stone flakes helped strip marrow-rich bones left behind by predators. This collaboration reflected an early form of division of labor, a cornerstone of later human societies. Calories gained meant energy, growth, and another day alive. As seasons passed, the girl grew stronger, her body adapting to the demands of the wild. Her legs became more resilient, her hands more skilled, her senses sharper. She learned to recognize animal tracks, changing weather patterns, and the subtle signs of edible plants. These skills were not inherited genetically but learned through experience and social transmission. This learning-based adaptation distinguished early humans from many other animals, allowing rapid responses to environmental change. The chimp-human, too, benefited from the companionship. Social isolation can be fatal for primates, leading to stress and increased vulnerability. The presence of the girl provided social stimulation, cooperation, and shared purpose. Their bond blurred the lines between species, suggesting that early hominins and chimp-like populations may have interacted more closely than traditionally imagined. Such interactions might have influenced behavior, tool use, and social structures across populations. Occasionally, they encountered other groups. Early human bands watched cautiously from a distance, wary of the chimp-human's unfamiliar appearance. Encounters were tense, shaped by fear and curiosity. The girl's presence might have acted as a bridge, reducing immediate hostility. These moments highlight how early humans navigated encounters with the unknown, balancing aggression with caution. Survival often depended on avoiding conflict rather than seeking dominance. Over time, the girl's identity transformed. She was no longer merely a lost child, but a survivor shaped by both worlds. Her behavior blended human-like curiosity with primate instincts. She moved comfortably between trees and ground, understood both human-like tool use and chimp-like environmental awareness. In evolutionary terms, she embodied the flexibility that would later define humanity's success. adaptation was not just physical, but behavioral and social. The landscape itself bore witness to countless similar stories, most lost to time. Many children did not survive, many alliances never formed. Yet evolution is built on rare successes, on improbable survivals that shift trajectories. This girl's survival illustrates how cooperation, empathy, and learning could overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. It reflects a broader truth about early human evolution. Progress was not linear or inevitable, but fragile, dependent on relationships and chance. As years passed, the girl eventually encountered other humans. Reintegrating was not simple. Her behaviors, shaped by the wild and her chimp-human companion, might have seemed strange, yet her skills were valuable. Knowledge of food sources, predator behavior, and survival strategies could benefit any group. In this way, experiences gained